episode of Hobby Hangout. My name is Jake.
And my name is Don.
Now, today we have an interesting hobby, and that hobby is, well, laser tag. Tell me, have you done this before?
I most certainly have.
I most certainly have as well. So, the two of us are not truly beginners, but let me ask you this follow-up. Have you done it since?
No, never have I.
So, the two of us are one-timers. But we're about to make it two.
That's right.
So let's do it. Now picture this. You are there with a group of, let's say, 19 other individuals, right? It's 10v10. You are there with your blaster, you are there with your team color, and you are there to have a good time. It is a dark landscape, techno, lasers, and fun little smoke shows, and what you my other call-outs, right? This whole landscape. Does that sound appealing?
Hey, it sounds like something you would definitely do on a Saturday night or Friday night. Sounds like fun.
Right, it sounds like a blast.
Literally.
Now,
It's all fun, but really, like, why do people even enjoy it, though?
well, a lot of times people will get the full experience of being immersed into different technological, I guess, landscapes, right? A lot of times laser tag is like, ooh, you are in a video game, and your goal is to defeat the red team, your goal is to defend the flag, your goal is to do all of this and fun stuff. So people get immersed in the land.
You know what? It almost feels like you're actually in a video game, right?
It does feel like that. Of course, though, there are also other reasons why people would enjoy it too. Sometimes it's fun to strategize against the other team. It's kind of a real version of chess in a way,
I guess.
where you're trying to outsmart them, be like, oh, I bet if I shoot their teammate over here, you're going to probably go over there, which I will have Carl over there to ambush them, right? So you get all these tactics and all these strategic ways, and also, it's just a bit of activity too, you know?
It gives you something to do if there's nothing going on.
If you're that into it, people are dodging and weaving in and out. Some people are ducking and jumping, and depending on how the establishment you go treats it, some you could probably roll and jump off like big things, maybe do some monkey bar action.
But that's all fine and dandy, but what kind of equipment would you need to get into this hobby?
Somebody starting out would definitely need a comfortable outfit, something they could be active in, right?
So kind of like how the breakdancing is, like you need something comfortable.
Yes, just like the breakdancing episode, you want to be comfortable in the activewear that you wear, right? Of course, then it kind of depends on where you're going to be doing this. Are you going to buy some sensors and laser guns at the store or from online stores? Then you could do it at home and buy your own equipment, of course. But there are other places that offer laser tag out there, where you would go somewhere else and they would supply you with the blasters and the sensors and whatnot. Sometimes they would supply you with colored t-shirts if they didn't stop doing that since a big virus that happened. Because you don't want to be wearing the same stuff. I don't know. But no, regardless, that's essentially it when it comes to I mean, you could maybe get like a timer if you wanted to do it that way, but chances are if you go somewhere or do it at home, there's a timer built into the system, so you probably don't even need that really. It's not that much to begin, really.
Right. Yeah. Anybody could really get into this.
Just as long as you have a can-do attitude, right?
Right. That's right.
Of course, if you are going out to do it, it can cost a bit of money to do this. It's not just a walk in and do it for free. Chances are. Unless you know the owners, right?
Maybe.
But even then, they'll probably give you a discount and not the full thing, right? But regardless, that's pretty much it. Yes, laser tag has an impressive history. Now, Dom, what do you know about history? What do you know about the history of laser tag?
So I do know that it got its roots back in the 70s and early 80s, and the first commercial laser tag system started in 1977, and for some reason, this does tie in with Star Wars.
Star Wars. I mean, I think it makes sense because you see a lot of colorful lasers and maybe colorful swords if you... I mean, does laser tag even have swords? Well, regardless, it would fit in anyway. You get colorful lasers and colorful team shirts and whatnot. Makes sense for the idea of it. Definitely.
It's definitely pretty impressive. And it did see much of a resurgence in the 90s too, with all that neon coloring and everything, and people have their iconic memories.
In the 90s, it was probably popping up a lot in the arcades as like a part of it, you know? It's like the laser tag and arcade sort of thing.
Yeah.
You could play Stacker and you could play laser tag in the same building, right?
That's right.
But no, I've definitely seen it as like a part of like a bowling alley sort of arcade world too, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's definitely one of those things where we have to say this. It was more prevalent back in, well, a few decades ago, as it is right now. Right now,
it's kind of there, but it's
present.
It's present.
But most of the time, it's not laser tag as the number one position in the list of what that facility has to offer, right? Usually it's, oh, we got batting cages, we got mini golf, we got
laser tag.
Laser tag.
Essentially, it's like this one side of the department store. It's got that one section, and that is laser tag.
But of course, we're here to give it a good chance, right? Now, do you know anything about the modern day laser tag scene?
I just know that if you were to go to the public to get it, there are a couple places that do it.
There are a couple places in modern day that definitely participate in laser tag. But unfortunately, this is one of those that isn't as prevalent as it used to be. Which, with hobbies, you're going to find that. You're going to find hobbies out there that will not be as prevalent as, say, 20 years ago, 200 years ago, right?
Right. I mean, also another thing modern-wise, you can buy laser tag, like toys, equipment, and stuff.
Yeah, you could buy them at home, which wasn't really a thing back in the day. It was just the places that would do it would have the resources, and now we have the technological advancements to make it so you can do it at home. Pretty impressive, man. But
it's amazing though, like the advancements that happened over time. That's all cool and all, but where there's history, like we have ours too with this hobby, and
we definitely do.
Yeah. Now let's talk about a trip that we had, and it did involve laser tag.
Yeah, back in 2019 sometime. We definitely went on a trip together. It was us and a whole group of, other students, right?
Right.
And some of us went to the laser tag portion of a big super center of, activities, right? Would you call it an activity center? Or
it's a good activity center.
It has a bunch of activities in one central location, so I guess it's an activity center, right? But we entered the line at the same time, actually. And do you remember if it was you versus me, or were we both on the same team?
I'm,
Or were we not paying that much attention?
I don't think we're paying that much attention, but if I'm gonna have to guess, maybe we were on the same team. Who knows? Or
It was. Hey, all I know is we shared a battlefield once.
yep, we did.
Back in 2019, when the what do you want to call it? When the lasers were flying overhead at our own loved ones.
Right. It was also the last year of the 2010s. In case that isn't obvious. That's weird. Isn't that crazy to think about?
But we're not here to
We're not
reminisce.
here to
We're here to talk about our experience doing it a little bit more. It was definitely the red versus blue idea, and I think they had a Star Wars theme to it. I think it was like the red Ewoks versus like the blue, or was it something like just Sith versus Jedi? It was something to do with that. The red Boba Fett's versus the blue. It was something to do with Star Wars. I remember that. I just don't remember what character it was.
I don't know.
But no, I mean, I look back at that moment fondly, but of course that wasn't the only thing we did there.
Well, we don't have to go into every single thing we did, but
True.
I mean, there was bowling there for sure. And
There was
arcade.
bowling, there was ice rink, there was all the other stuff, but we're here for laser tag, which I think the history and benefits and all the other nonsense are done.
That's
Is
right.
it time for us to actually do this?
Yeah, let's actually. What are we waiting for? Let's do it.
Catch you on the battlefield. And we're here. We are outside with our own devices, and
What's there else to say, really?
we're about to get going. So each of us has let's do a little breakdown of the rules. Each of us has 8 lives. We are both going to be on different teams. I with the blue and you with the red.
That's right.
So, the last life, just in case we can't hear it, because these aren't very loud, you're definitely not going to be able to hear it. So for your enjoyment, on our last life, we are going to go last life, just so at least you know what's going on. And do you want to do the trick shot thing?
I'll try.
We'll do the trick shot thing. So the trick shot rule means that on the last life that you have to take from someone else, in order to make it actually count, it has to be some sort of trick. It doesn't have to be amazing parkour,
It doesn't have to be
but like
a one-handed,
something different that just bam. Right?
one-hand stand shot. There. You go.
So we have our sensors.
You're not dude perfect.
We have our sensors and our guns, and they're both connected. So
Without further ado, let's just turn these things on.
we'll also do a countdown of 10 seconds at least,
Yeah.
so then we could get prepared. Because it's one thing to just start and be like, 1, 2, oh!
Yeah, and then we go in a designated hiding areas. And once the countdown is
Where we can hide.
right, this little area right here.
Yeah, we are doing it right here. At least for round 1. Maybe we'll do round 2 somewhere
Yeah.
else. Because, let's be honest, everywhere in this playground zone can be seen from everywhere else in the playground zone. Which is safe for the little ones, but not for us.
By no means.
So, gear up.
Turn it on.
Blue team, represent.
All right.
Okay. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4,
Oh boy.
3, 2, 1.
continue without the dog. So I take my last breath. Round 1 went with a blast. Now, gear up for round 2. Ready?
Ready.
10,
10,
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Laborious battlefield, but with 2 victories under my belt, blue team reigns victorious! Ha! Down! And there you have it. See you back at the shed.
And we're back from our laser tag adventures, and I gotta say, it was a pretty fun time, man. How about you?
Yeah, it was fun. You know, even though it was like the battles were a bit short, but it was still fun.
They were really short because I demolished you.
Right, but it was, regardless though, it was a blast. Literally.
Nah, but really though, of course we would have liked to actually have used a real experience, so maybe if there's a retake of this episode far down the line, maybe we'll do an actual experience, but for a box that had like 7-year-olds on the front, it was pretty cool.
Hey, you know what? It was fun. It's fun being like big, giant 7-year-olds playing in a field.
Like Lego from 9 to 99, and we fall under that category, right?
Right, yep.
But no, it was definitely a fun experience. That said, though, would this be something that you would ever do again?
I mean, I would do this again if I'm just doing nothing for the day.
Like the actual, the Y7 version, not the actual real experience.
The Y7.
Would you do the Y7 experience again? Maybe. I might as well, but I mean, I might have to get a little bit of talking before actually. I'll need convincing before I do it again, really.
You want me to, my trick you can do it?
I mean, it wasn't bad, and you know what? It might be amazing with more people. It's just 1v1. And I mean, we also had the limitations from the film too, because we didn't want to go too far from the camera. So
Yeah.
but without a camera and maybe with more players, I'll do it.
If it wasn't for something, I would do it again.
Yeah, I would say I would definitely do it again as well. But like the 1v1 with the Y7 experience, maybe not as prone to doing it, but it was chill, you know.
Yeah.
Literally too. We were kind of bundled up at the end, right?
Right. But regardless, though, yeah, I once again enjoyed laser tag. It'd probably be a little bit of a different experience also if we were in an official laser tag arena.
I want to do like an actual official one. Again, because we mentioned this before, but we did this before.
We have.
We've done the actual experience before, but I mean, hey, doing it at home is okay as long as you have places to hide, places to dodge. Just an open field though, that's kind of rough to just go like nowhere to hide. Boom, boom, boom.
Like my previous house that I lived in, we had like our basement was big enough that we could have done. But
No, I guess there's really nothing else to say about this other than thank you once again for watching another episode of Hobby Hangout. I have been Jake.
and I've been Dom.
See you later.
See you later.
And there you have it, a riveting episode with Dom and Jake. Dom stumbled around like a lost puppy with that glorified kids' toy laser tag set, while Jake proved himself the true champion, finally giving those plastic phasers a run for their money. Be sure to tune in next time on Hobby Hangout. Farewell.